We have Behind the Badge coming up in this first hour. Acting Sergeant Greenwich will join us. And then, after dip, dip a little bit, because Greenwich is the man that gets criticized the most. Although Pitt got his criticism last week. But nevertheless, Greenwich will be on with us in just a little bit. We got Pastor John in the second hour. So we got to get to things very quickly here. So as we proceed to get cracking this morning, front page of the paper, I'll take some calls on this very quickly. CJ Archie to retire after 17 years. He says time to pass on the sacred baton. This is the longest term ever served by a Chief Justice in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And the judiciary has reached absolutely nowhere. What he was doing in nearly 2 decades. Yeah. Right? If you in a post for 17 years, you're supposed to have something to show for it, right? At least some forward movement, some progress, whatever. So we will take some call. Tell me what you think of the performance of Ivor Archie. Right? 17 years. He's 65, so he's still a week call it a day. Criminal Bar Association head says good riddance. Head of the Criminal Bar Association, Israel Khan SC, has declared good riddance after Ivor Archie announced he intended to retire as Chief Justice on September the 16th. In a release following Archie's announcement, Khan said he had been struggling for 7 years to have Archie removed as Chief Justice. Speaking later to reporters at his offices on Abercrombie Street, Port of Spain, Khan reminded of the conference he held some weeks ago when he smashed a framed photo of Archie. He's saying, quote, he used his position to fire a sitting judge in order to save himself, and the Privy Council said he acted unlawfully. He could not have stayed in office. He just couldn't. I have nothing personal against the Chief Justice. He's a brilliant jurist, but country first. So he got some sense in his head finally. Khan reiterated that while he respected Archie, he thought the CJ would have done grave harm to the judiciary. Well, boy, let me tell you something. Anytime you could use your position, and this is the Marcia Air Caesar thing. Anytime you could use your position to fire a sitting judge to save yourself, you ain't supposed to be respected. So let me put that out to Israel Khan. So you can't say that in one breath and then say you respect him. Nah, it don't work so. Anytime you could do that to damage, or you could use your position to fire a sitting judge in order to tarnish or destroy somebody's career or their character, it has no respect there. So me know what you're talking about. And on that, you battling for several years to get rid of him, but you still respect him? Look, man, only give me a break, That's why I can't take. It's either you're for something or you're against something. You can't be against something, but in between. It don't work like that. It's either you like white bread or whole wheat bread. Pick one. Don't tell me you are slicing each. And then we have to look at the facts. The facts are that whole justice system, that whole judiciary. You have a backlog of cases for how much ever years now? You understand what I'm saying? It's in a mess. It's in a mess. For years they complained, I think it was down in San Fernando Court, about the condition of the court and all these things. What did Ivor Archie do in 17 years that take the judiciary and move from here to here? Commissioner of Police slams report that discord in TTPS executive led to shake-up. Totally false and misleading. An angry Commissioner of Police, Alistair Guevara, has slammed the daily newspaper's report of a shake-up within the executive of the TTPS being done due to tensions and discord among executive officers. He described the report as being totally false and misleading. He also urged whomsoever is trying to create mischief to please stop it. The daily newspaper, not Newsday, published a lead story on September the 16th speaking to the reassignment of portfolios among DCPs Junior Benjamin, Natasha George, and Suzanne Martin. That newspaper story also highlighted that ACP South Wayne Meister was sent on 16 months vacation leave. The story claimed these developments had left members of the executive in shock and came amidst tension and discord among the police hierarchy. However, when Newsday reached out to the commissioner for a response on the evening of September 16th, it was clear in his full condemnation of that newspaper's report. In a voice note sent via WhatsApp, the top cop said, quote, "As I approach my 100th day in office as commissioner, I remain committed to leading the TTPS with transparency, strategic foresight, and institutional resolve. So when I saw recent media speculation suggesting that the rotation of portfolios of DCPs was because of internal discord, I was completely taken aback, because that is not only unfounded, but it misrepresents the deliberate and forward-looking leadership strategy." All right, and the article goes on. Now you could read it. I ain't had time to go through the whole thing. This was an excellent article. If you read this, this is an excellent article. I don't have time to get into it today, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have time to do so. Although I suppose I have some guests tomorrow and Dr. Watson. But nevertheless, Chuta Tobago slams police in schools policy as plaster on sores. Now, let me make it clear. The headline does not describe the article. Okay? What Chuta Tobago officer, is it Braden Roberts? Yeah, Braden Roberts. What he is saying in the article, and I want to do this very quickly because I want to take some calls on the Chief Justice and whatever. He is saying that the policy is a plaster on a sore because we're not looking at, like what Seth Viola Borders talk about every week, we're not looking at dealing with the root cause. And he went back to mention that I think it is Mason Hall, one of the schools where police presence is intended, right, to provide additional support to principals and addressing student violence. Mason Hall is one of them. He said the fact is that in that school, look at here, the students who attend Mason Hall Secondary School, in the main, are those who attained less than 30% in their SEA. So their level of competency in their academic work is not where it needs to be. And he said if SEA is used for the purpose it is used for, where we put persons based on their competency and then arrange programs to meet their needs, then Mason Hall Secondary will not be a school where they are listing as a hot school. So in other words, he is saying, we have a SEA program. We have a SEA, right? These students take this SEA. We've heard a lot of talk about moving away from SEA in the past and so on and so forth. But then you have a whole section of students that have scored below 30% who are not competent in academic work. And we put them into the school and we force them to learn through the education system that currently exists. And while doing so, we are not implementing programs to deal with their shortcomings from an academic standpoint, to bring them up to at least an acceptable standard, or to, how we termed it, just now, I don't want to, I thought it's a real good article. I thought he made an excellent point. Right? Right. So what we need to look at, and I have been saying this for years, and it falls on deaf ears. Right? I feel like a poet this morning. I have been saying the education system is a waste of time. It needs reform. You cannot have children, all of them going into an education system to learn the same thing. Not everybody likes the same thing. And until the education system is one that addresses what children are interested in and is specific to that individual or a group of individuals, we are wasting time. Wasting time. If we treat with it from the standpoint that I'm speaking about, then we will create more entrepreneurship. You understand what I'm saying? And this is where you want to be. But I thought that he had an excellent point. Big up Braden Roberts. All right? And I agree with him to a point. I think the police in the schools are needed. When we talk to Greenwich, you'll see why. I think it's needed at this point, and maybe it's the first phase of some action that the government will implement. I always go back to that study under the People's Partnership with Education Minister Dr. Tim Gopi Singh. They had a study where it was out. I had a copy of it and I lost it. I deleted it by mistake. But back then, they were testing children for disabilities. Not disabilities in the way that we think when we hear somebody disabled there. You know, that thought. But that goes to your head in terms of disability. You're thinking somebody with one leg or somebody with one arm. It's not that. It's that some children have attention disorders. You understand what I'm saying? Some children cannot see properly, but they don't know how to explain it to the parent. And as far as the parent concerned, from observing their child on a day-to-day basis, the child seeing this, seeing that, seeing the other, walking good, but maybe they're not seeing properly or hearing properly and things like that. And you don't know until you test. So when they are underperforming, if we don't know where the child is in terms of those things, then we do not know what is keeping back the child. And then well, you know, Caribbean people, is your head hard? And two backhand come in after that without even understanding what the child might be going through, because we haven't put the child through the necessary tests to establish that. So the PP government had done a study like that back in the day under Gopi Singh. I had to get back a copy in that, you know. I had to get back a copy in that. If I get back a copy in that, it was done in 2014, I think it was. If I get back a copy of that, I will do a show and read the whole thing for you, so that you have an understanding of what I'm talking about. But I understand what Chuta Tobago is saying. I agree. I think we need to deal with the root cause. I think the root cause is reforming the education system to suit the interests of the children. You understand what I'm saying? I went to school. I had to go through maths and learn a set of mathematics that you ain't going to need when you come out here. 99% of people don't need half of the mathematics that they're going to learn. I've been saying that for years. Learn to add, subtract, multiply, divide, fractions, decimals. You understand? Maybe a little bit of trigonometry. You might need that too in your life. You know? But outside of that, unless you're going and study something specific that you're going to need, things like algebra and all these things, waste of time. Anyway, I'll take up too much time with that, but all I get the point. But read that article. It's on page 7 of the paper. I think he made an excellent point. All right? So the underlying issues is what we need to fix, the root cause issues. So speaking about root cause issues, I just mentioned Setwayo Board, and that's what they deal with there. Powered by nutritional therapy, Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic. So stop managing a disease. You have the opportunity to reverse it naturally. Drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You could call our WhatsApp set on 279-3935 or 761-1952 and book your appointment today. Rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. Remember, Set has a book that he will be releasing very, very soon. Get you a copy of it. I know what I'm telling all you. People is under it. Setwayo. I know I telling all you. Anyway, also, we want to remind you about some security, and as we do so, we take you to flow. That's right. So get non-stop protection with Armor Security with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response. You and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Armor Security, powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro Security, protection that moves to your beat. Visit discoverflow.co for details. Also, I want to remind you about Keolic. They got many products in the Keolic range of products. It's backed by science with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, and they're all made from the aged garlic extract. They have the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the circulation health, total heart health, and cholesterol health. They also have the Keo Green Powder Drink Mix and Keodophilus Probiotics. So make sure and pick it up at a pharmacy or health store across the country, whichever one of them in the Keolic range that you need. And for more information, you could WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And we also have Chef Shiraz and the Culinary Academy. They have a series of courses that will be taking place between September and November. As a matter of fact, on the 27th of September, 2 courses will be in play, the Bacon and Pastry 2 and the Creative International Cuisine. And do not forget, you also have October. On the 4th of October, they move to the Food Costing, Restaurant and Catering Workshop. And then you have the Certificate in Culinary Arts on the 15th of November, the Diploma in Culinary Arts. Well, that is a date to be announced. That is the wrong flyer, but nevertheless, that's the right one. Beautiful. So, those are the courses. You could give them a call on 372-4639 or 737-5097. Okay? So that is Chef Shiraz. All right. So with that, give me the... You're supposed to have a picture there of Archie. Yeah, put it up now. Yeah, man. CJ Archie. Let me open the phone line very quickly here. Remember, we have Behind the Badge coming up at 6:30 or 6:35 rather. I'll go to 6:35. So I've got to go to the break here. I have 9 minutes. All right, I mentioned a few things, well, there, including Tobago and their concerns. By the way, the NPTA head that was criticizing and was worried about the police being in the school, he make a U-turn. After the fight in Arima, he said, oh God, well, yeah, like we really need it. You needed a fight in Arima not to tell you that you need something? Look. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, what's going on? Talk to us.
Yeah. Yes. Morning, Stefan. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God for the second time. That is one of the PNM greatest Balizier stool who have been coming down. We have to get those Balizier stool one by one. The next one is Gaspan. Gaspan have to come down too. He's an ex-Balizier stool there. All in Balizier stool is coming along just like the statue they break down with Christopher Columbus. All those things that have Trinidad and Tobago. So today, you're mashing on this. Those are the things have to destroy to get out of the Balizier stools. And that is one of them. Listen, he should have been resigned. He should have been resigned the last time. Long time.
I think, I think he should have resigned, especially after the Marcia Caesar situation.
Exactly. But I think he take it into consideration that he will be no use of under this government. This government is there too. And just the PNM too. This PNM name will be hardly calling to it. They will be going down right down too. And we'll never see seen just like the NAR. Have a nice day.
All right, no problem. Now remember, it's 17 years that he was there, so it would have spanned more than one administration. He would have worked under the Manning administration, then the Kamla Prasad Bissessa administration, and then the two years of the Keith Rowley administration. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Yes, Stefan, morning.
Talk to us.
Yeah, partner, let me tell you something, yeah? This judicial system, no matter what happened, them fellas salary guaranteed, you know?
Well, yeah.
Well, things work out, because at the end of the day, I didn't have a case, a man get charged with murder in March this year. You know the next hearing is in sometime next year. And then I know of a member of the Protective Services who wants suspension 20-something years now. The matter going to the middle of 2027.
Yeah, I mean, this is my thing. You're there for 17 years. What did you achieve? What improvements did you make in the judiciary? This is my thing. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying?
But what is work against people who get charged is that when witnesses die and they use the people's statement, then it have nobody for the defense to cross-examine to put holes in the statement, you understand? That is the sad part. Because
Okay.
you can imagine somebody get charged and in the 60s, and a case going on for 30, 40 years. If that person done there and gone long time.
Right, right. I don't think cases has gone for 30 or 40 years, but I understand the point you're trying to make. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but nevertheless. Morning.
Yeah.
Buenos dias.
No, they could start back the Aki Chambers investigation.
Well, boy, the family don't seem to be concerned. So, I mean, I don't think that coming back or going anywhere. I think that dead in the water. Just like the man,
Okay.
anyhow, let me leave it at that. You know, a lot of things dead in the water.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. All right. Yeah, but my thing is, you know, what did, you know, if you are in an institution for 17 years, just like how we assess the performance of a government in their term, their 5-year term, and we say, okay, nah, we need change. Or, yeah, we'll give you a second term based on whatever. You know, you have to assess somebody's performance. What was this man's performance like? Morning.
Stefan, good morning. Good morning. You know, you were making some points just now about the education system.
Yes, go ahead.
And if you play your cards right, you don't need an education. You don't even need brain cells because we had an attorney general who said she never did maths. If I remember it correctly, we had a minister of national security who said he did 6 subjects and only passed 1. So I don't even know if you play your cards right and you get into the correct party, you could become a minister and have people drive behind you with blue lights before you and after you, and you could be fine and you could make millions and millions of dollars without an education.
So
you know
true.
that? Right, okay, I gone.
All right, yeah, so true. So true. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir. I understand that rats get moved out of 20 packets of marijuana from the police station. How true is that?
We're going to find out from Greenwich when he comes on. Greenwich will address that.
Right. I know some cocaine and all was missing that rat had eaten, so I don't know.
We'll find out from
Thank you.
Greenwich.
Right.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll find out. That's one of the things Greenwich is going to be addressing this morning. Greenwich actually sent me the story on that. I didn't send him that. He sent it to me. He said, I delivered that this morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I.
Well, there are a lot of controversies involving Mr. Ivor Archie.
Yes.
And he's a very intelligent guy. He decided to resign before they sent him packing. So before they retired, before they forced him to resign or send him out. And in the past, one of the main things that he did when there are no matters to go to the Privy Council, he would rule in the government in the PNM favor at that time. And it is one of the reasons why we have to keep the Privy Council, where people at that jurisdiction has no emotion or sentiment of what happens in this area, and they will rule based on law. And this is an important issue, and I'm saying. As far as the education system is concerned, that is a societal problem, because some children are slow learners, and the societal part of it is that there are no fathers and mothers have to come out and work, so who would supervise them? So the problem with these things in school is a lack of discipline.
Yeah.
And until we get that correct, it will never happen. Because some children I know I went to school with, they were slow learners, and today they are engineers and doctors because they started to do the education later on. And people are not understanding that teenagers are a hard group to deal with. The societal part of it, the people in different races are gravitating towards certain things. They go towards culture, they go towards sports, and there are others who will be there in academics and academics alone. So until we don't find that correct balance, we won't be able to correct that situation. That's a longer discussion. We got for somebody else. Have a good day.
Yeah, man. And I think that this government, this administration, in one of their weekly meetings, they said that they would be going back to the means test, to test these children and them. So if they're going back to that, that would be the start of dealing with the issues from a root cause position, right? From the underlying issues that the Chuta Tobago is calling for. So I understand what Chuta Tobago is saying. I agree with it. I think you need to do that. But I think the police in the schools is the first initiative that they're launching, and then they're going to get to all of that. Morning, based on what I heard them say in one of their weekly meetings. Yeah, morning.
I believe that we are waking up in a comedy show. You know, during the SOE, senior officers are being, interchanged. I think that is saying here you lack confidence in their performance. And also Archie should have been charged. I believe the ruling from the Privy Council said that he erred in his judgment against Master Ed. So you can't judge a man who has been retired. So you mean, Meister, something is really wrong during the SOE, more or less, And if I was that police who was locked in that classroom, I would resign.
Greenwich will address that too.
All right, but I feel it's a real comedy, and you hear Khan's a madman, You heard what he said? Get out.
Yeah, but
or something
all
like
I'm
that.
saying, what I am saying to Israel Khan is this. You can't tell me you respect somebody who used their office to remove a sitting judge, to save themselves. You can't tell me that after something like that. But I still have respect for him, because he's a good jurist. I lost all respect for you.
I don't agree.
You understand? That means you have no integrity. You understand? And that means you will throw anybody under the bus to save yourself.
From the evidence, so to speak, the judicial system need revamping because of the long delays in cases, and so people are not getting their matters heard, you're not getting conviction. Same Dana Sital, alleged killer and stuff is still there. All the madness continues. Well, I think the state right now is trying to weed out these I don't know, diseases, as the guy said. I'm not saying it, I'm not confirming it. He said, actually go and he open gas for the next one. I don't know, really, but it's not working, you understand? Okay, Stefan, thank you.
Yeah, and then it had the other bacchanal with Archie, with this boy that ended up fleeing to the UK. Oh God, there's a whole next story by itself. Final caller, Barakpur, what's going on? Morning. I just saw it reconnecting. Yeah, remember it had the next bacchanal with the boy? We named Dylan something, anyhow. The whole bacchanal with he and Archie and all kind of thing, and they had to go fleeing and all kind of, the boy flee to the UK and all kind of bacchanal. I ain't able now. I'll take this final one very quickly. Barakpur, your connection bad, but it was saying reconnecting. Hello, good morning. Final caller. Until the second hour.
Mr. Stefan, you just hit the nail on the head. And the Privy Council sent it back to Dr. Rowley to make the decision. And he said no, he ain't taking it further than that. You talk about it, you know say. But what I going to say, this song with Archie buck them up? You had them jumping up? Play Archie play? Is that what's going on there? But this Mr. Stefan.
All right. Oh God, Lord, I had a love all yes. All right, I'll tell you what, we'll take some more calls in the second hour after Behind the Badge. If we get through what we're going to deal with Greenwich, and we have a little time remaining, we will also take some calls. Maybe we'll be able to accommodate 1 or 2 calls, because we're also going to deal with the SRP that was charged in the recent shooting of the other officer, the other SRP. But before we go to the break, oh God, what do we do? That's now. Yes, vibrations. All right, so before we go to the break, safety, rigging, and lifting. That's right. Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited has over 2 decades of experience in rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil, and gas industry. Services are available for offshore and land process gas maintenance of projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. And some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, aligning and contracting companies to client-specific requirements, supervision, coverage during planned projects and TARs, auditing, visual inspections, documentation review, policy review and development, site visits, both on land and offshore, rigging loft management, as well as risk assessment for lifting operations. They are They also offer expert guidance and support, ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance with industry standards, regulations, and legislation. And their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago, as they can provide these services in the Caribbean and throughout the South America region. So for more information, feel free to contact them on 868-774-1498, or you could visit their website, safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. All right, make sure and check them out. Also, before I go to the break, I want to remind you about Open Minds. So Open Minds is saying if you're thinking about getting your child into a solid online school, or you need to boost those grades before exams, Open Minds Education is now enrolling. So you can join the live daytime classes which run online for preschool, primary, and secondary school, covering academics, mindfulness, and skills in a fun and interactive way. New evening classes with sciences have just been added, and starting next Monday, their brand new CSEC January Power Prep begins from September 22nd to December 12th. Evenings, this will take place on evenings from 5 to 9 p.m. All right, and classes are 100% online with experienced teachers and one-on-one support whenever you need. Secure your space today and WhatsApp Open Minds on 388-6635. That is 388-6635, or register free at openminds.education. Open Minds Education, learning that fits your lifestyle. We take the break. When we come back, we got Acting Sergeant Greenwich with us. Stay tuned. A few things to discuss well with him.
This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. we select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsane, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Hey, boy, oh, boy. What are going on? Are you looking stressed out?
Why, if you need no real pressure right now, trying to register for my associate degree. It's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths. Real pressure. You know what to do right here. Oh, you looking happy, so?
But I must be happy. I get all my subjects, plus I get one in law. So I looking to go and register to do my law degree right now.
Serious?
But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time.
I could do over my maths?
I'm telling you. Let me go now and register.
I have to go and sign up for it.
But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know.
Well, I'm so glad you told me about this. I'm really thankful.
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
All right, people, so we're back, and we are 21 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. We got Acting Sergeant Greenwich with us this morning. We're going to bring him in via Zoom. We have a few things to discuss with him. And Lord, the place going to go wild this morning. I don't know that already. Greenwich, morning.
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Tran Tobago.
Greenwich,
Pleasure to be here.
I do ever want to be in your seat. You know, this is one of these segments where I would never want to be in the guest position. I am very good where I am. You understand?
I hear you.
All right. So, Greenwich, we have a few things to talk about in the time that we have. I want to start very quickly here because we spoke about this yesterday. We can't speak specific to the matter because the SRP has been charged. All right? So we have no? Or we can speak about it.
Which matter?
The policeman to be charged in the death of the SRP. This is the
we
all right.
can speak somewhat, but of course we can't go along the line in terms of the investigative aspect of it.
Okay, so let me just
he has been arrested and charged.
Right, so let me just read a little part of the article. Police have received instructions to charge a 22-year-old police officer for the shooting death of his colleague. SRP Jamal Charles was fatally shot at the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government Headquarters in Maraval on September the 11th, and Charles, who was assigned to the municipal police, was on duty with two other officers when the incident occurred. Now, Charles and a colleague were handling their service-issued Glock pistols while talking in the guard booth, and the colleague reportedly pointed his firearm at Charles as a plaything when the weapon discharged and the bullet struck Charles in the face. Charles was pronounced dead at the scene by a DMO. Now, you want to make it very clear? a firearm is not a plaything.
It's not a toy.
We also want to make it
Right.
very clear that this is not something that you see or hear happening on a regular basis. This obviously was an act of immaturity, I would imagine, or maybe even they would have had to go through a training process. So does this point to some flaw in the training of these officers? Does that need to be tweaked? I mean, you share your thoughts on that. How does something like this happen? I mean, somebody goes through a training process and they are now issued a service pistol. They must understand the responsibility that comes with that.
Stefan, I won't say that the training could be blamed or indicted in this regard for what would have taken place. I think from the dawn of time, we all know the purpose of a firearm, right? And exposure to the Firearms Act 1601 would also tell us when, where, how, in terms of everything that is firearm, right? Of course, if we look at the charges, one would say that he did not intend to kill his colleague.
Right.
So why is he charged? But the law is clear. You have the actus reus, you have the mens rea, and you have recklessness, right? The mental state could be intent or recklessness, and in this case, I think any reasonable thinking human being would know that should you point a firearm at someone, there is the chance that you could fatally or injure them, right? As you rightfully said, a firearm is not a toy. The act and even our use of force policy indicates that a firearm is supposed to be drawn for one definite purpose, right? And it is unfortunate, the whole scenario as it stands, but we ought not to lose the lesson behind it. We have a young, vibrant officer who probably had a lot of aspirations in terms of his career, who is no longer with us. And we have yet another officer who would have been full of potential, and because of one lack of shortage in judgment, is now facing the courts for a criminal offense.
Yeah.
So it ought to be a lesson to all of us in terms of, I'm not just speaking about TTPS, I'm speaking about all persons, law enforcement, who work with firearms on a daily basis, that a firearm is not a toy.
Yeah. I mean, I only ask you about the training, but then again, we have so many officers that go through the training, and you rarely see things like this. This just seems to me like just an act of stupidity, if I could put it that way. I'll be very blunt with it. An act of stupidity, because that's what it is, right?
Yeah, well, Stefan, history has a tendency of repeating itself, right?
We all know. But
go ahead.
We all know this. Anybody has been to any firearm training and that kind of thing. You know that a gun can't kill somebody unless somebody picks it up.
Correct.
Right? If I put a firearm on the table here,
100 years, it wouldn't do anything.
It wouldn't do anybody anything. It takes an individual to pick up the gun, but even if you're picking up a gun, they always tell you, unless you are ready to pull that trigger, your finger's supposed to be
out of the trigger guard.
That's right.
It's called trigger discipline. And again, all these things are taught thoroughly in the academy.
Right.
Right. But as I was saying, history has a tendency of repeating itself, because I am having joined the service at 18, as I told you before, 18 years, 4 months old.
Yeah.
We had a lot of 19, 20-year-olds in our batch. And I recall a similar incident taking place with one of our batches in the St. Joseph Station. Right? Brian Hernandez was his name. And, there is no winner in a situation like this.
Right.
Right? Because even the young man who is now facing the courts, I pray for his mental state, because at the end of the day, from all reports, they were friends. and it is very difficult to live with the fact that you would have taken your friend's life through poor judgment.
Yeah. Well, moving on from that, we have another situation with a police officer, because I wanna keep it rolling, but I think we get it just stayed there. Of course, he will face the consequences, but we have another incident here. A lot of talk going around with the police being deployed in schools and so on and so forth, and police patrols taking place regularly outside of other schools. And we had a situation here, because I see in the paper this morning that it's on page 9 where Police in Schools Initiative, the Catholic Board queries why its schools are on the at-risk list. I also read from an article just now where Tutor Tobago is saying, well, one of the members of Tutor Tobago is saying that, this police in schools policies are plaster on a sore. And the article went on to talk about getting to the root cause problems of the root cause of why these problems are occurring amongst youth. And I said I agree with that. I do think that the police initiative is needed at this point in time, and I think that other things will follow that. However, we had a situation, I think it was in a school in Presal, where a police officer was locked in a room by the students.
Yes, Stefan, that is unfortunate. But let me treat with the comments made by Tutor and other
That was Tutor Tobago, Tutor Tobago and the Catholic Board, yeah.
But other institutions that may be opposed to what is taking place presently. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service usually follows or are guided by international trends and policies in terms of treating with any situation in be it communities or schools, be it society on the whole, right? And there is a theory which is called the SIP approach. SIP, it speaks of suppression, intervention, and prevention. Now, S being suppression speaks of a heavy and constant police presence within the area affected until such time that we could go back to normal, right? So we have identified that police being in schools could never be a permanent fix to any of the problems we facing in schools. And as such, the officers, I am responsible for 8 of them, and they are there presently just to provide that presence until we can go to intervention, which speaks of cause and effect. What is causing all these issues in the schools, so that we can fix the through interventions, the causes. And then, of course, we want to prevention to ensure that there is not repetition, that the no reoccurrence of the situation or the behaviors, right? So we are asking the public be patient. We are now on S. We still have I and P to go on to.
Okay. So having said that, let's address this student now that locked the police in the classroom for over 30 minutes. I see here in the paper this morning that the student has been suspended. All right. Obviously, there were 2 officers at the school. One of them was locked in this classroom. I mean, let's be very real here this morning. I want you to be very real.
All right, Stefan, the reality is this to me, right?
Yeah.
I have been working among youths and communities for almost 10 years, right? Coming out of operational aspect of policing. And in instances, it appears as though these young people do not care, right? They don't care about the rule of law. There's somewhere along the line they appear not to care about consequences. And as such, I think we have reached a point, and our commissioner was alluding to it, where we need to show them that the consequences for behaviors like this can be very severe.
Yeah.
Right? If they don't care, then we ought to show them that you're not caring, and we are focused on rehabilitation and restoration in terms of behavior and so on. We ought to reach a point right now where we too are not giving don't give consideration to the negative aspects of arresting and charging you, right? Sometimes you may have to sacrifice one lamb to save 1,000, right?
Right.
Because this behavior ought to have been totally rebuked by every aspect of society. And of course, there ought to have been severe consequences for an act like that. Because we don't want a situation where children will do pranks and things, but there ought to be a limit or a boundary in terms of the pranks we pull and things, and we ought to have utmost respect for the rule of law and those who enforce it.
Well, you know, I have something to add to that. Okay? There's another aspect of this, or well, there may be two other aspects of this that has to be taken under consideration. I want to read you from the article in the news this morning, right? Where they spoke to the president of the Presal Secondary School PTA, Chris Balkaran Singh. And he confirmed that the incident and said, quote, "We strongly condemn the actions of the students and support any reasonable measure the administration takes against the students involved." Now, Balkaran said that the school is yet to issue any official communication, but he has received several reports which left him disappointed. I want you to listen to this, if you didn't see it yet. He said 2 police officers were occupying a classroom reserved for teaching Spanish, as his Spanish teacher was on leave. All right? I don't know the Spanish teacher on leave when school term now start back, but anyhow, that's a story for another day. Right? Reports indicated that one of the officers was asleep in the classroom, and Balkaran Singh said he had no idea where the other officer was at the time. He went on to say, quote, "It is alleged when the officer was sleeping in the class, some students went, saw the key on the door, and they locked the door and threw the keys in another classroom." Balkaran Singh said it took approximately 30 minutes for the keys to be found so the officer could be released. Now, let me take that a little further, right? Let's say a fire broke out. Yeah? Let's say somehow, some electrical problem, something, and a fire happened. The officer would have been trapped in the classroom, and nobody would have known where the key is.
And this is why I'm saying, Stefan, that my humble opinion is the students involved knew exactly what they were doing. I mean, we are old enough. The law indicates there's a term called dolai incapax.
Yeah.
Meaning that incapable of committing a crime. And the only persons that are deemed dolai incapax are children under the age of 8 years old. So therefore, the law identifies that from the time you cross 8 years of age, you are at a level of maturity to know right up front and wrong. Right? And as such, these students knew exactly what they were doing.
Of course,
they know the level of disrespect they were bringing to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, to the Ministry of Education, and to all the stakeholders. And as such, my humble opinion is they ought to have felt the full brunt of the law in terms of consequence.
And what would that be? Because the student has been suspended, but what would have been the full brunt of the law?
Stefan, well, I would say this way. If I, as a police officer, were to deprive someone of their freedom of movement and liberty without proper justification to do so, I may be charged for false imprisonment.
Okay.
Right? So you could read between the lines and understand, in terms of the law, where we could go. Right? And at the end of the day, as I said before, even though the child may have seen it as a prank or may not have understood that it is in fact an offense, the mere fact that there's a police officer in uniform and you're dare to do such a thing to me speaks of total disrespect and disregard for the rule of law. And as such, you ought to face the consequence.
Okay, I tend to agree with you, because I mean, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of where we are in terms of society, with our societal problems, and a lot of this generation and so many things that you see them doing on a daily basis. And there are always the voices that will say, but you know, we used to do this thing, brother man, I never lock up police in our classroom yet.
Stefan, I think if I sleep and I dream I did that, I will wake up and apologize to the first police I saw.
As a matter,
back then.
As a matter of fact, Greenwich, if a teacher fell asleep in a classroom,
yeah, they are not.
The thought of locking the teacher in the classroom would have not entered my head.
Right, and it shows to some extent where we're spiraling as a society, and unless we really work assiduously towards bringing it back and bringing back that level of discipline and respect for the rule of law, God help us when these young people become adults. So we need to get it right from now.
Correct. And look, I agree with you. I think the consequences for these actions need to be dealt with now, as severe as it have to be, regardless of who don't like it. You understand what I'm saying? An example has to be set in order for a standard to move forward, to set a standard to move forward. It can't.
Precisely so.
You see, the problem with people is this. We want the problem solved, you know. But we don't want the harsh actions that have to be implemented to solve the problems that we want solved.
Exactly so.
Right? And this is a problem we having right now. You understand what I'm saying? So, for me, I saying if you big enough to lock somebody in a classroom, whether it be a police or a teacher or an elder, let me just point out, an adult. An adult. You're supposed, outside of having a respect for a police officer in uniform or having respect for your teachers, one of the basic things you learn growing up in my time is that's a big woman and a big man, you know, that's an adult.
Correct. It didn't even matter then if the person held an office or not. The fact of the matter is we were trained to respect all adults.
Correct.
Right? Sometimes, as I said, boys with the boys, we're in the middle of a somewhat disrespectful conversation among ourselves, and an adult would pass and everybody would go silent because we understand that as a big person. Right? And until such time as we get back to that point where I will honor my parents, my teachers, my leaders, and my elders, and those in authority, we in problems.
Exactly. And listen, we just talk about it, our generation, they might feel we mad, you know, but you walking down the road in my time, and you see the neighbor or any adult that know anybody in your household, and you don't say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, they're entitled to give you a cocktail, and when they reach home, you get one, two from your grandparents or whoever.
When they reach home, you don't say you get a cocktail because you know you have an next one to get, so you don't say. Right?
You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know. I mean, this generation, and you see it, you see it. Sometimes I have seen it where, and it apparently as, I don't know what is going on with society. Sometimes, no, this is not all the children in this generation, but there are times you're walking you're walking somewhere and you say good morning and like nobody want to answer you.
So well, again, it speaks of how we are deteriorating now. In the children's defense, they learn what they see. And when we have a society where adults consistently and continuously challenge police officers in the execution of their duties, we cannot now get angry when our children attempt to do the same. So it starts with us as well. Right? We have to start leading by example. And then, of course, if we are leading by example, we can hold our children accountable when they don't do what they're supposed to do. It's we need to have a multifaceted approach in how we treat with discipline. But again, it starts with us setting the right example for them.
All right. Well, we at 7 o'clock. The time is 7 o'clock. But I just got one more thing that we got to ask you before we wrap up. 20 kilograms of marijuana stolen from Barataria Police Station replaced with bricks and styrofoam. Over 20 kilograms of marijuana stolen from Barataria Police Station property room replaced with bricks and styrofoam. An investigation has been launched after more than 20 kilograms of cannabis were discovered missing from the property room of the Barataria Police Station. The drugs, which had been neatly packaged, were replaced with bricks and styrofoam, raising serious concerns about internal breaches. What is the information on this?
All right, Stefan, as you may be aware, something of this nature would be under heavy scrutiny and inquiry and investigation.
Yeah.
However, what I would say on it is that based on the facts that would be presented coming out of the investigation, this whole scenario does not augur well to engender the public trust that we are consistently and continuously attempting to regain.
Right.
So it is an unfortunate situation, and pending the outcome of the inquiry, we as police officers, Trinidad Police Service, hold ourselves to a higher standard. We can do better and we will do better.
All right, so this is a legitimate report. This did disappear from the Bataya police station.
Someone disappearing is a definite, would be a definite term to use, right?
Okay.
As I said, it on the inquiries, and we would see where the inquiries take us.
All right, no problem. Well, Greenwich, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. I think we have some serious concerns that need to be addressed. And you see, for me, I fed up with this thing, I still let the police do what the police had to do when students out of line. I mean...
Not only students, when anybody out of line, including this inquiry.
Yeah,
should it be found that police officers are found wanting, they too should face the full brunt of the law.
Correct.
That's my humble opinion.
I agree with you. And, in the article where the students locked the police in the classroom, I read that entire article, and I have not seen yet, although I would think it would be coming, is I think the police should visit the parents of the child who has been suspended.
No, I think that is an avenue that is in fact being explored.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay. I think we reached the point where I think the parents need to face consequences.
Some level of accountability. Some level of accountability has to stem back to parents in moving forward as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Greenwich, thanks a lot, man.
My pleasure, Stefan.
Always,
and again,
always.
You'll be safe.
Yeah, man.
Till
You
next.
too. So that's Acting Sergeant Greenwich on the inside. There are those three issues we wanted to discuss there. Like I said, boy, I and all this say when I see these little school fights and things and some acts of school violence, I used to say, well, we used to fight back in the day too, but it's just in our cell phone and that kind of thing to record it. And they're living in the age of where everybody has a phone now. So you're basically surrounded by cameras. That's what we're living in, We're living in a society surrounded by cameras, All they realize that, right, fellas? Nowhere you go except for a restroom. As a matter of fact, if it's a public restroom, it has somebody with a camera in it because they have a phone. So anywhere you go, it have a camera to catch you. Right? Maybe in your lowest moment, your highest moment, wherever. But as it relates to the level of disrespect that took place in the preschool school, nah, we wasn't disrespectful. So we might have fight amongst ourselves and that kind of thing, but we was never disrespectful to our elders in that manner. You all need a? How old are you? You 34. You 34 and Chris as well? 20, 25, like 3 different years. I 48. We was never disrespectful, so. Anyway, we got to take the break. When we come back from the break, we're going to open the phone lines. You can share your thoughts. Stay tuned. All right? And I will give you some information on elders as well when we return. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure it's the results she coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh, 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online, so we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Alta's Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5, C6, adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags, available at groceries and supermarkets. supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisure Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back 11 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Just before we go to the phone line, I want to remind you about elders. So congratulations on completing your CXC and CSEC exams. And if you're feeling uncertain about your next steps, then look no further, because Elders is excited to announce free CAPE classes, including CAPE Law, taught by the esteemed Mrs. Pamela Elder, SC. If you're disappointed in your CSEC results and, you don't have to give up because the journey isn't over, step into success with Elders classes, where a legacy of exceptional teaching helps students rise, rebuild, and reach their full potential. And of course, Elders offers a diverse range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes at affordable rates and flexible times. So explore everything that Elders has to offer, and you can check them out on Facebook and Instagram. You can also reach out to them on 627-8632 or 715-5480, and you'll get all the details on what Elders has to offer. Elders, tried, trusted, and proven. Also, I want to remind you guys that Flo's bringing the cricket action home with an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. Flo, the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders, and that is NLCB approved. Talking about the Trinbago Knight Riders, Puran boy, oh good. Puran beat our bowling last night, boy, iron line. My boy Django had a good, he had a good innings too. Big up Django, man. Also, Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. Now, they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, and more. Consultation services are also available. Live blood analysis, sport injuries, heart disease, supplements, detox programs, high blood pressure, and more. And of course, you can check them out at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You can also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenightsdistributors@gmail.com. All right, get back to the action here. We're going to take some calls as we go. You heard what Greenwich had to say. We spoke about the student that locked the policeman in the class. I don't know what the police doing sleeping in class. Maybe that's why he's a police and not a doctor. Who knows? Morning. I'm sleeping in the class as an adult. Yes, what trouble is this?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Morning.
Yeah. Morning. You see, the police service have a respect problem, and the problem, it started inside their own camp, because as you rightfully say in the first section, you can't just respect. You can't tell somebody to respect the Chief Justice that's going out, who if you see that he disrespects his own office.
Yeah.
When you had 3 cases this morning, one officer was playing with a gun, he killed his colleague. And thank God that other people are wrong, because it have a history of police shooting their colleague and lying and saying something else. It have a case like that.
In that situation, remember it had a 3rd officer. It was 3 of them, and it's the 3rd man.
Right.
Well, 1 man dead by the hand of another one, and it's the 3rd man come out and say what went on,
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm not condoning what the child do, but if I on duty and I know as a police officer in uniform to do something, you're not going to catch me sleeping in a classroom. I'm sure about that. That is one thing.
Point taken.
In not in a class, I might take a rest. If I take a rest, I'm a colleague, but I'm not going in a classroom like a little child. I want people to respect me, and I sleeping in a classroom.
Well, yeah.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah. Because
secondly,
the teacher was on leave. So therefore the class was unattended. So you're there to supervise the class. You can't fall asleep while you're supervising children.
You can't fall asleep. You can't do that.
Yep.
Right? And the third case, well, it ain't come out yet, but it have bricks inside it and not the drugs that you get. Well, that's the report that we get in.
Okay.
Right?
All
And
right.
when the public seeing this, how much respect you really want? The police officer have a posture today that the police officer of yesterday didn't have. We seen police officers with tattoo on the TV for episode after episode.
That is true.
Tattoo rings, and when a police officer talk to you in a long time, they will speak to you in a manner not like how gangsters just talk. They don't talk like the fellas on the block. The language that they speak and so you have respect for them.
Yeah.
You have so respect is something. If they just said, respect the police, respect the police. The police have to show they have respect for their job, and then maybe something might change.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No problem. I think that goes along the lines of respect is earned and not given. And that's how the saying goes ever since I was a little boy. Respect is earned, not given. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning,
Actually, I
Stefan.
agree with a lot of what the caller had to say there just now. Yep.
Hello, good morning, Stefan. Stefan, I find it's high time we develop our core.
Hello? Boy, it happened again, boy. Why them call shopping so, boy? But it can't be us. It had to be them wherever they talking. Sorry about that, caller. Is your call dropped? Hello, good morning.
Morning.
What going on, man? Go ahead, share your thoughts.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
What everybody having concern with how to lock the police officer inside of the classroom, but a police officer have due care and role and function to carry out when in a school. So if he irregular school, this is the situation where we confront him. So he ever accept somebody.
You're breaking up. I'm losing it here. Oh, God. That's some caller. Caller. Oh, God, I cut him. Sorry about that, eh? And your first timer, you know. But we lost the audio. You went like real distance. I was hardly hearing you. All right? Let me see if I connect here with Barkbo. Barkbo call get dropped yesterday. He couldn't connect this morning. Morning!
Morning, Stefan. How you going, man?
Hi there, man. Talk to us.
Stefan, you know, I just hope Ivor Archie, not related to Fab India Expo, and he going this time. Because I could remember over 20 years now, Fab India Expo going and they're closing. And they're leaving, and they're leaving yet, you know. So, maybe just hope that Ivor Archie is not the owner of Fab India Expo, and he leave, and he go. And all this relates back to what this government have to fix. And I am sure with the removal of Ivor Archie, that we would start seeing the arm of the judiciary playing its part where crime fighting and better in the country is concerned. And this is just one other stepping stone that this government have to get the right people in the right places to start to have this country functional. The other section is to put the right person to deal with the forex in Trinidad and Tobago. So we hope that Fab Ivor Archie leaves and somebody good comes in and deal with the judiciary in Trinidad and Tobago. And concerning the police,
Yeah. All right, man, Barakpur. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, man. I'm going again. 327-7400. Taking your calls. To the couple callers who call was dropped and the other one whose voice faded. Apologies for that. Although it's not on our end, but still apologize and get a chance to ventilate your point. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, man, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, just with reference to the police.
Sure.
Your guest was very offended for the disrespect done to the police. But he wasn't offended by the disrespect the police brought on himself by sleeping on duty. It is an offense to sleep on duty and a serious offense too. You put children into the care of these people, and he gone in a classroom in uniform to sleep. That's one.
Yeah.
Secondly, every boy, every man knows that when they were young, they did crazy things. And the psychiatrists have brought it down to your frontal lobe, where you make cognitive decisions, is not developed until 24.
Okay.
Personally, I would be one of those parents who telling the child, hey, what you do is wrong. But inside are cracking up because children are the ones who tell the emperor he had on no clothes. Because they say what they see and they do what they are impulsed to do.
Yes.
Because of what they see. They see a policeman who put there to guard them, going on a chair in a classroom and sleeping. Yeah, lock him in. But I mean, I'll discipline them, but I'll be laughing inside. Tell your guest when...
Look, the sleeping, the fact that the officer fell asleep is an indictment on the officer. And I could understand what you're saying because maybe they saw it as, I mean, in their mind, this person had to be a joke.
Exactly. If you see a clown, you will laugh.
This person had to be a joke. Like, lock him in the classroom.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I used to teach. I served 28 years in the military after, but I used to teach before.
Okay.
If you go in with anything into a classroom, any form of nonsense, the children see it first.
Yeah.
Right? So that's all I have to say.
All right.
When you're taking offense to these things, take offense from a position of competence, not from a position of cover-up.
Well said. Point taken. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, we're going again. Hello, good morning. Morning.
A very, very good morning to you, Stefan.
What's up?
Hello? Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice to be on the program. Thanks for the opportunity again. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, Chief Justice Ivor Archie, soon to be former Chief Justice, had failed in his duties. Look at the state of the judiciary. It is in a mess. He was the youngest appointed CJ in the country, subject to correction. Maybe about 2008 or something he was appointed, and subject to correction. But when you look at his track record, look at the condition of the judiciary. Look at the thousands and thousands of cases that is in the backlog department. All the best. Have a great morning, sir.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's what I was saying, I guess, at the start of the program. You know, what is Ivor Archie's legacy after 17 years? 17 years. Morning.
Morning. You see, the officer spoke about suppression, intervention, and prevention. Now, the classroom, as a matter of fact, what was the key doing there? Isn't the security for the school supposed to open the classrooms, put back the key in the guard booth and lock it back in the evening when it happens? So this is part of the prevention. The officer not supposed to be sleeping on the job. And when we talk about discipline, how it is now, a child who doesn't really have that understanding is disciplined and suspended. But the officer who is sleeping on the job, you don't discipline him. Discipline begins from the top, come down. It is an example set by the adults for the children. So we need to do it properly. And discipline the officer and also, or move him out of the school and put the officer. Because only 8 hours he working. What he doing sleeping? What he doing last night? This I laughing is a jokey situation, and it calls for a degree of seriousness.
Yeah.
So let me allow the children to be children, and the adults must be adults and take responsibility for their actions or the inaction. You have a good day.
All right, nice one. Yeah, that's a valid point. That's a valid point. If we could suspend the student that locked the officer in the class, then we should suspend the officer that fell asleep while supposed to be on duty in uniform supervising the children. The consequences had to go both ways. Hello, good morning.
Morning, breaking on?
Yeah, morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, morning, Stefan. My suggestion this morning is, since Archie going home, he will need protection. Let that policeman protect Archie. Send him home to protect Archie.
Oh, God. I like that. Between that and the farm in the expo that he and they leave it, they always leave it, but it's still here. Hey, let me take one more before I get a pasta, John. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, that guy make me laugh too, just like how you're laughing. Listen, you see that kid? You see kids is kids. Boys and girls is girls. But when come to seriousness, that policeman should be fired, not sent home. He should be fired. And let's set an example with that policeman, and let the kids and them know too that we're not giving them a chance, but they should be punished in some form or the other, because doing something like that, they know they were doing something wrong. Don't tell me they didn't know it was something wrong they was doing.
Yeah.
They ain't go. You understand what I mean? So they should be punished some form or the other. Find some way of punishing them. I really want to reach home at the parents, because listen, boys and girls, it's something else. They leave home good, and by the time they leave the front door, something could go wrong with them. You understand what I mean? But what I'm saying, that policeman should be fired. Have a nice day, Stefan.
Yeah, man. All right, I got a holy calls there. I got to get a pastor, John. I'm actually going to need security for our police academy. Already see that, already see why I don't know. Who good? Hey boy, you can learn around, no? You can move off around, boy. 29 minutes past your 7 o'clock. Pastor John is coming up next. We got to take a break. We got the birthdays coming up at the end of the show. If I have time, I'll squeeze in a little highlights from the TKR Falcons game last night. Puran put on a show last night. A show. You understand? And I wonder where this TKR was. But then again, let me not talk too quick. We still have one more game to play before we could get into the final. But I find it very strange. We were in second in cruise control. Right? We were in second in cruise control. And lose 3 games. Bam, bam, bam. All we needed to do is win 1 game. One more game we needed to win. And we would have been first in the group. Right? We'd have been on top of the group. 1 more game. We should have beaten Guyana. That game at St. Lucia, I don't know what took place, but we should have beaten Guyana. And we come and we lose to Barbados. Who's struggling? Right? To come now and just destroy Antigua, well, I mean, oh gosh, boy. I'm waiting to see what will happen next game. I don't want to talk too fast, but I ain't lying. Django, big up Django, boy. Big up my boy, the analyst. I know him, but Django is his son. Django opened, played a good innings. I think that's his third half century in 5 games. So you're in a little form, but he definitely he played well. He got Antigua off to a good start. He steadied innings after they lost the early wicket, things like that. So, you know, he was a bit angry when he out though, because yeah, He should not out of that ball, but nevertheless. Puran came in, survivor LBW call, which was, from first glance, I know that was going on leg side. So I don't know the umpire could have given it out, but it reversed. And Puran just went a tongue after that, boy. Wait, sir. All right, so we'll see, because the finals is weekend, eh? Yeah. We will be back with Pastor John after this. Stay tuned.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Get a chance to win all-inclusive finals home lines when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB. Terms and conditions apply.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Boy, oh boy, what are going on? Are you looking stressed out? Why, if you need no real pressure right now, trying to register for my associate degree, it's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths, real pressure. You know what to do, are you? Oh, you looking happy, so? But I must be happy. I get all my subjects, plus I get one in law. So I looking to go and register to do my law degree right now. Serious? But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time. I could do over my maths? I'm telling you. Let me go now and register. I have to go and sign up for it. But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know. Right? I'm so glad you tell me about this. I'm really thankful, right?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com. Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open minds education. Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open minds education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, so we're back. We are 22 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock this morning. For the next 15 minutes, we're going to be joined by Pastor John. He's with us via Zoom. Let's bring him in. We're dealing with the symptoms of diabetes. So for those of you who you have diabetes, or you might know you have diabetes, he's going to explain you what to look for. Bring him in.
You ready?
Yeah, man, we're good to go. So Pastor John, morning to you. And we're talking about the symptoms of diabetes, how you identify that you have it.
That is correct, because a lot of people don't know until stuff becomes severe for them and they have the symptoms and they never realize they got diabetes. For example, if I could bring some examples, when you have an increase of thirst, that you're feeling thirsty often. In other words, you just drink water and you feel like drinking water. Maybe in a minute again, you just finish, you need more. Or we say back home like your belly full with water, but you're still trying to drink water. Or you're urinating frequently. You're supposed to urinate at least 6 to 7 times a day to be natural. But when you're urinating all 14 and 20 times a day, that's no good. Because excess sugar build up in your bloodstream, your kidney works to filter it out. So you have extreme thirst. That's what causes it. This process pulls fluid from your tissue, causing you to feel thirsty and to urinate more often. The next symptoms to look for is when you're feeling fatigued or tired every minute. Every minute you're tired. You just walk a few steps, you get tired. When your body cells cannot properly use glucose for energy, you feel tired and weak. Give me 4 more minutes and I'll take your questions. Unexplained weight loss. You start to drop weight. I have a patient right now. He was 210 pounds. In less than a month, he is 146 pounds. He's losing weight rapidly. I told him to check for diabetes. He have a severe dose of it. The inability to use glucose for fluid can cause what? Your body to burn fat and muscle for energy instead, leading to weight loss when you are eating properly. Then you have a symptoms of blurred vision. People with diabetes, high blood sugar levels can pull fluids from the lens of your eye, affecting the ability to focus and causing blurry vision. That's why when you have blurry vision now, you can't mark up people's business no more because you can't see properly. Then you have, no, seriously, look at the macro, they tell you, boy, I'm not a macro again because I can't see people's business no more. And then with diabetes symptoms, slow healing and sores or infection. You have high blood sugar levels can negatively affect the blood flow and the body's healing process, leading to slow healing cuts and an increase in infection. You have a symptoms called numbness and tingling. When you touch your tip of your fingers, or you're feeling something moving in your fingers or your toes. High blood sugar damage the nerves over time, causing tingling, numbness, pain in the hands and the feet. Then you have increased hunger because the body cells cannot get the glucose they need for energy. You may feel excessively hungry all the time. That's when they tell you you're too greedy. Then you have fruity smelling breath. You didn't eat nothing for the day, but you're tasting watermelon in your mouth or some type of fruits like you eat, and you want to know what is that, how that sweetness is not coming out of your mouth. In other words, your spit tasting sweet. Severe cases of breath may have a sweet or fruity odor. So these are some of the symptoms. I'm not even touching, which people might say too rude, in terms of challenges in the reproductive organs for men and women when they're experiencing ED and all sort of stuff. My advice to everyone, if you're experiencing any type of these symptoms, see a healthcare provider to get diagnosed to make sure you have diabetes and what type. Mostly it's type 1 and type 2 that these symptoms are displayed. Some may be mild. If it's type 2, it might be milder than type 1, and you're ignoring it until it is full-blown on the system. I'm open for questions, sir.
So let me ask you something now. These symptoms, right? Are you looking for a combination of symptoms, or is it, I mean, let's say you're having an increased thirst, where you're feeling usually, you're feeling thirsty all the time, but you do not have increased hunger, unexplained weight loss, you don't have blurred vision, you might be fatigued, things like that. But is it one or two of, or three of, or is this a combination of symptoms that you get?
That's a very good question. Any symptoms you have that is unusual for the body should be supposed to be checked out. That's number one. When there is more than one of these combination, you're more likely, or you could diagnose yourself. Well, I shouldn't encourage people to diagnose themselves, but you should know that the probability of having diabetes raises by percentage. So if you have 2 or 3 of these symptoms, there's a high efficacy that you are diabetic. If there is one, you may be, or maybe not, you might be pre-diabetic, but you still need to get yourself checked out. Any symptoms that you have that is unusual, lasting for more than a week, if you have headaches lasting for more than a week and all these different type of stuff, men suffering from ED for a long time, they should get the self-checkup because they can have prostate problems, they can have diabetes. It can be many different reasons for it.
Okay. Now you said once you experience these symptoms, you should see a doctor. But okay, when do you see a doctor? At what point? Like, okay.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, a doctor visit could run you a few $100 in Trinidad. So, I mean, at what we want to catch it early. I want to know as early as possible, so you could work towards reversing it. But what I'm saying is, at what point then do you say, look, I need to go see a doctor? This is something I need to worry about.
If it lasts for a week, or let's say it goes on for a month. For a month, you definitely need to see a doctor. If you're looking at a budget, but you need to see it. Either you pay now or you pay later. You're gonna pay anyway, regardless of which one you choose is the person's body. But if it goes on for a few weeks, like at 3 weeks, a month, with the same annoying symptoms that are occurring in the body, you should have it checked out.
Okay, because people get symptoms and they treat it. Sometimes they just don't know. I've actually today is a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, funeral, and he picked up somebody, a prison officer. He got a cough. He thought it was like the cold. Only to find out later when he got hospitalized, it was tuberculosis. And
wow.
Yeah, it was too late. And well, he died, and he was in his 30s. You know what I mean? So the reason why I ask you, at what point do you go see a doctor is because I know people take symptoms, and sometimes we downplay things, and sometimes we don't like to go to the doctor to hear the truth.
Right.
Sometimes we don't like to go to the doctor for a checkup because you're afraid of what the doctor going to tell you. You're afraid the doctor going to say, you're diabetic,
It's better you know than you don't know, because you just giving a sad story, a sad ending to someone's life, whereby it starts with a chronic cough, and I don't know the whole story, but if it wasn't checked out properly, by the time he get it checked out, he had tuberculosis, and perhaps it sounds like by the time he had it checked out, it had advanced stages.
Yeah.
That's why you need to start using this stuff I talk about, because even a person like him, for example, you have the tuberculosis, but if you're using the phytopower pack, it eradicated or slowed the severity of it getting bad. So therefore, the person have a choice: save the money, not spend the money, and deal with the severe consequences of life, which is very, very sad. And that story you just relayed is happening in every country all over the world. You can take them and multiply them all over. There were people who are going through stuff, and by the time it find out, like, I'm a victim of it. By the time I found out that I had cancer, it was very late. It was in the 4th stage, and I had 7 months to live. That's how bad my cancer was. By the time I find out, I ignored the symptoms that I was having and never really pay attention to it, and taking whatever over-the-counter stuff to eradicate stuff and feel better today and whatever. And I've never gone. That's how ignorant I was in my previous life before I stand about taking care of my body. I was very ignorant to the fact. So a lot of people go through it. That's why we help people and saying to you, if you have these symptoms or experiencing them, and like you asked, which is very good question, how long, or perhaps if you have 1 or 2, then you wake up and smell the coffee, because it's your life after all. Nobody's going to take itself for you.
And then, of course, there is this thinking that I'm too young. I'm not diabetic. I'm too young for that. You ever hear that?
Well, you going to ask the man who get famous to tell him he was too young to soca. I think somebody sing that song. Too young to soca.
Too young to soca. You ain't too young to anything.
That is correct.
Yes,
because
I mean, you're not too young to get diabetes. Diabetes can happen at any age. People are born diabetic.
As long as you form into a human being, you are vulnerable to the same thing an adult have, a baby, or anyone else, when those cells, the endothelium cells broke up in your system, you start to see so much problems until you could find a way to put them back together. It's like Humpty Dumpty. When they fall and they're trying to put Humpty Dumpty again, if Humpty Dumpty doesn't get back again, it will never be an egg. So therefore, it's the same thing with going on inside of your body. You have to try to put it back together again, because it is sugar that start to cause the problem, excess sugar, that cause dysbiosis. And dysbiosis is what creates chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is responsible for all disease.
Okay.
That's what it is. And then you have some of these here may add on any one of these symptoms. If you have like dark patches under the armpit or your neck, it's just an indication more. This is more severe symptoms that you should have yourself check out. For example, anytime you feel pain in your body, you are dehydrated. Your body needs liquid. You have headaches or pain in your knee or what, anywhere in the body that has a pain, it's an indication that you need liquid, you need water. You have symptoms like every time you're hungry. Hungry is a symptom. Hungry is telling you that you're lacking nutrients in your body. So you need to eat food. So it's you have to choose the food you need to eat, whereby we should be consuming 13 vitamins, 16 minerals, 10 amino acids, and 1 essential acid fat every single day to live a healthy life. You have to find it in the food. And if you cannot find it in the food, this is where I become your best friend. So give you the sugar blocker Phyto Power Pack that to start to restore all the nutrients and everything you're missing in your body.
All right.
That's what. If you have brain fog or have any brain disturbance, forgetful memory, you are dealing with vitamin B6. You know for a fact you're lacking of B6. You don't have enough B6 in your system. It needs to be restored. If somebody is stupid, you can say they're lacking B6 and niacin and so on and so on and so on and so on.
Right.
Because of the hippocampus is not functioning properly, because the blood-brain barrier is not preventing, it's not stopping pathogens from entering to the brain. And that's another topic. So you have, the body is crying out every time you get hungry. And then you have to say, you feed it with junk or you feed it with good stuff. And that's the choice that people have to make over and over. That's why I have the Phyto Power Pack coming on every single week. Nobody's saying it's cheap, but I am saying to you, take care of yourself, because even junk food, you go in the store and pick up junk food and walk out without paying for it, and so they lock you up for junk food. So you have to pay for everything today. Junk food you're paying for and good food you pay for.
That's right.
You must pay for it.
All right. Well, Pastor John, we're out of time, but in terms of the product and getting the product so you can start your journey of reversing things like diabetes, because it is reversible once you make the lifestyle changes. So Pastor John has the product. It is the sugar blocker and the Phyto Power Pack. And you can WhatsApp him now on 1516-286-7079. That is 1516-286-7079. You can contact him today and start, your journey with the product in getting back to a healthier you. And statements made about the products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. And of course, the product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or mitigate, or cure, or prevent any disease. All right?
Are you running out of yours? I need to send you more, or how you doing with yourself?
No, I have.
You have?
Yeah. It's all kind
You
of
still
different
like it?
ones you send now, so I have.
I know. You still like it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, man. All right, so that's Pastor John, and
Thank you.
I tell you what, contact him today. The number is on the screen, 1516-286-7079, and we will touch back with you next week, Pastor John.
God bless you. Have a great day today and a better one tomorrow.
All right, you too, man. And I'm glad to know you're back from Utah. You said Utah the other day, promoted again, doing his wrongs. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take the final break this morning. When we come back, we got some birthdays, and then we are out of here. Stay tuned.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say that.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure it's the results she coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh. 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online. So we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
All right, so we're back. Time to wrap things up. We got some birthdays. And the first one We want to wish a happy 4th birthday to Caleb, who celebrates his birthday today, the 17th of September. You're the most awesome little fella. We love you, wishing you a fun-filled day and God's richest blessings. May your birthday be as awesome as you are. From your mommy, Brandy, your daddy, Karen, your grandma, Annie, and your aunties and uncles. All right? So happy 4th birthday going out to Caleb. Also, good morning, Stefan. I'd like to wish my mom, Kamla Samlal Singh, a very happy birthday from her daughter, Elizabeth, and husband, Peter. So happy birthday going out to Kamla Samlal Singh. We did this one yesterday, but somebody else sent it in today. I think his birthday is actually today. Please wish my nephew, Evan Nascimento from Barbados, a very special happy 8th birthday from his uncle Kevin, Anil and Mickey, and grandparents Prakash and Jackie, and also his dogs, Zen and Titan. All right, God bless him. All right, Nascimento, you're going to I said 2 days in a row. Nice one. Also, happy 66th wedding anniversary going out to Abdul and Manima Rahim of Union Village, Rio Claro. 66 years, countless memories, and a lifetime of love. Happy, happy anniversary. Your journey together is a beautiful reminder that true love only grows stronger with time. This is an incredible milestone, and we admire your love, faith, and devotion to each other. We are also blessed to have you as our role models. May God continue to bless and strengthen you with good health and much happiness from their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Nice, man. So her wedding anniversary, 66 years to Abdul and Manima. We got to say happy 50th birthday going out to Kelmore, who works here at Synergy TV. All right, so Kelmore, all the best on your 50th birthday. All right, and have a good one, man. Health and strength to you. And finally, we got to say good morning. Well, they want to say good morning to their favorite person, Stefan. Just wanted to send birthday wishes to my second-born, Brent, residing in Texas. Wishing him all God's blessings for prosperity, love, happiness, and protection on his 20th birthday. We love you and can't wait to see you soon. Love you a whole skyful from Mommy Sherry, who is in the picture, and Sister Elena, and your grandparents. So happy birthday going out to Brent. All right, man. So we are about to wrap things up. Tomorrow is Thursday. Dr. Watson will be on. But as we wrap up, do not forget, people, Breaking Dawn Christmas Party. Tickets will be available at the end of this month. It is a premium drinks inclusive. Food will be on sale. We have live entertainment and real vibes. I know I'm telling all you. This year, Winter Wonderland, we were in white. Now, I haven't started the campaign yet, but what we're trying to encourage is we are trying to encourage as many as you small and medium-sized businesses. Don't go through the expense of throwing a Christmas party. Just buy the tickets to your staff. That's it. Send them. The only thing they have to purchase is food. They're getting premium drinks. Now, yesterday, I was in a little meeting, and we will be working with the Import-Export, Trinidad and Tobago Import-Export Limited. They bring in a lot of top-quality drinks, all right? So I'm going to be working with them in terms of, there is a vodka that they're pushing. It's called Vanguard. You can go look it up. Of course, Hanky Bannister. We're also going to have the other stuff too, but we're really working with them. You're going to get some real globally renowned and known brands at the Breaking On Christmas Party. I just wanted to mention that I had a nice meeting with Antar Bashk yesterday. And Antar, was nice talking to you. So we, things are in motion, and we want this to be bigger and better this year. I will have a ticket outlet in Tobago this year. I already spoke to Sports and Games to use their outlets, and they asked me to say, you want us to put some tickets in Tobago? We have our Sports and Games in Tobago. I said, no problem. So there will be a ticket outlet in Tobago at Sports and Games. So those of you who want to purchase in Tobago, we will have the online option as well through trinbagoevents.com. And I'm telling all, it's at the Garden Sanctuary in Center of Excellence. It is the 13th of December from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. So we're going 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, 6 hours of total fun. Come out, meet each other, greet each other, and support a terrific cause. As part of the proceeds go to the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. We're also looking for sponsorship. Anybody who would like to sponsor anything for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party, whether it be parts of the infrastructure or anything like that, you're welcome to contact us on 345-3380. That is 345-3380. If you want to order your tickets in advance, I am urging the public to purchase your tickets early, please. I've given all your September month end, October month end, and November month end, and then you have the couple weeks into December as well. There is no excuse. All right? We're not raising the price. It's $400, premium drinks inclusive. And remember, it is also a charity event, and you're getting live entertainment. All right? So, get your tickets when they drop. I will let you all know when they are available at the outlets. I look forward to seeing everybody come out and support this year. Last year we had a nice turnout. I want everybody who was there last year to bring people this year. So we're supposed to be even bigger this year. All right? It is Winter Wonderland. We're wearing white. Remember, the dress code is white. And we also have the weekend before, we're going to have Divine Harmonies, the first ever gospel choir event that will take place at the Queen's Park, Savannah. Right now, choirs from all different, religious boards are registering for this event. Some of them are submitting their semi-final performance and so on and so forth. And on the 6th of December, the Queen's Park, Savannah, it will be the finals. And they are all vying for $100,000, which is the grand prize. All right? And I will let you know when tickets are out for this very, very soon. All right? So that's the first ever gospel choir event, Divine Harmonies. Remember that. So with that, people, we wrap up for today. We are out until tomorrow. Goodbye.
Good morning.